Yo, what's going on, ladies and germs? This is your boy Chris B. Once again, back at it. And once again, this is another episode from No Stream November. So, as y'all know, yesterday we did the drawing for the third movie. And y'all know what that movie was that we drew. And I would love, I can't wait to talk about it because this is one of my childhood favorites. You know what I'm saying? Even though the movie's quite brutal, but it was a pretty good film for what it was. That movie, The People Under the Stairs, directed by Wes Craven. So the movie stars Brandon Adams, Ving Rhames, and basically the whole plot of this movie is that there's a rich couple that lives on the outskirts of town, right? And they own the building that, Brandon Adams' character stays in, which his name is Fool. His name is Fool in this movie, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you, if you never saw this movie, the building that he lives in, though, it's real run down. And the way he enters his apartment, he has to go, it's like prostitutes, drug dealers, drug addicts, all on the stairwells, and he has to pass these people to get to his apartment. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But basically the premise is that this rich couple wants to, increase the rent to evict them. You know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't able to pay their rent. And their mother, his sister, you know what I'm saying, she's doing her thing to try to keep things going because their mother is sick. You know what I'm saying? So Ving Rhames' character, Leroy, he comes up with this idea to rob the rich folks or whatever, because he know they have this they got this valuable coin collection. And he wants to take Fool with him, but naturally Fool's sister doesn't want him involved in that or participating. So eventually, though, Fool does go along with the plan. And so when they get to this house, they have another guy with him. He's like a white guy. So the white guy, he poses the service worker, right? But Fool, he's dressed up as this Boy Scout. And then he walks up to the door, and the lady comes to the door, and he's asking the lady, does she want to buy some, cookies or whatever? And the lady turns him down just like that instantly. And then he asks her, can, he use the bathroom? And she tells him no, to go away. But we already know why she did that. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? She was a straight racist. But she shuts the door in his face. So, unsuccessful, he goes back to the van because Fool was supposed to get inside the house and scope it out. You know what I'm saying? The layout and everything like that. And so, the white guy, he tries his luck next. And so, the lady this time, lets him in because he's posed as a service worker. You know what I mean? So, he goes in. But after a while, he doesn't come back out. You know what I mean? They don't know what's going on. Leroy, you know what I'm saying? He thinks that he's taking the best coins for himself. So they see the couple drive off in their car, and they take the opportunity to break into the house themselves. Leroy and Fool. Leroy goes upstairs. I'm just, giving y'all the main plot points or whatever. I'm not going to explain the entire movie, but basically, you think Ving Rhames' character Leroy survives, but nah, he really doesn't. If you haven't seen this movie, it's messed up how he got taken out. You know what I'm saying? But Fool's the only one left basically, and it's like this kid. I think he's supposed to be 10 or 11 or 12, even 12, but he kept giving these people the slip. You know what I'm saying? He leaves the house, but then he comes back because there's a girl in there, that he was trying to help. And the girl knows that, well, fool knows, you know what I'm saying, that those people are fucked up people. So he was trying to get the girl out. You know what I mean? So he was successful in getting out the first time. But then he was talking to his grandfather and his sister, and he felt guilty for leaving the girl behind. So he decides to go back and try to get her out. Now, there's one scene in this movie. It's kind of hard to watch if you don't have the, mental capacity for it. It's the scene after, Leroy gets shot and he falls down the stairwell, and it's like a puddle of blood at the bottom of the stairs. And Mommy, which is the name of the character, gets her so-called daughter, her daughter, to clean it up. And then after she cleans it up, she grabs her, takes her to the bathroom. Now, this is the part right here that's horrible. That's a horrible scene. I'm just letting you know. If you haven't seen this movie, prep yourself for it. So, she puts her in the tub with boiling hot water, scalding hot water. And the girl the whole time is screaming in pain while Mommy is scolding her. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. But it's like these two characters, Mommy and Daddy, they're very despicable people, because when Fool and Leroy, by the time they enter the house, they figure out that there's people in there. You know what I'm saying? Like stuck in the walls or in the basement and all of that. You know what I mean? So one of the guys that was in there, like one of the characters that was there stuck in the walls, winds up helping Fool. You know what I'm saying? Like he sacrifices himself to help Fool. And once the other people that's down there that, you know what I'm saying, once they figure out what Fool, or once they figure out, what's going on or whatever, they help Fool, you know what I'm saying, themselves. So the way Mommy goes out, right, all the people from the basement, they surround her. And then they wind up, I think they slit her throat, you know what I'm saying? And after they did that, they pushed her down the stairs, and then she just pretty much died instantly. Now, it's funny how Daddy went out, you know what I'm saying? Fool blew the fuck out that house, you know what I'm saying? Because there was this room, I swear to God, it had to have millions of dollars in there, just cash everywhere. And then there was some dynamite in there in the corner. And Fool, you know what I'm saying, he pretty much rigged the wires and all that. So by the time, Daddy or the husband found him, you know what I'm saying, Fool was about to light his ass up. So he blew the fuck out that dude. You know what I'm saying? The dude went flying into oblivion, and then that's how he died. So pretty much the movie ended. He pretty much saved the hood. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is one of the greatest horror movies to me. I would go as far as to say that, because I feel like this movie doesn't get enough shine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it should be up there with Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I mean? And the only reason why I say that is because it's directed by the same person, Wes Craven. But another piece of info that some people probably don't know, that this movie is loosely based on true events. Back in the 1970s, there was some burglars that broke into this house. But then they found these bodies in the house. Well, not bodies, but people in the house. You know what I'm saying? And so, I feel like, that was the perfect type of horror. And then this movie's also comedy too. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of comedic elements in this movie. So if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. I guarantee you will like it. And if I gotta rate this movie from 1 to 10, it gets a 9.5 from me. For real. And that is my review on The People Under the Stairs. I appreciate y'all for listening once again. And we will be back here next week with the final film. So stay tuned to see what that is. And I will talk to y'all later. Alright? Peace.